Ni hao, and welcome back to Jade Empire. When we last left off, well, okay. So, I realized a bit too late that by exiting that, flyer stage, I wasn't able to go back to it, and that's actually a really important side quest that it unlocks a whole bunch of stuff. Namely on creating your own gems. So I had to go all the way back to before then. Unfortunately, my old controller died. And the reason why that's important is that this game is so old it does not take the modern X input for controls. And the only thing it does is old-fashioned direct input. So I had to order another controller. That came in. And then I had to play through just before I did that side quest to get back to here. So that blacksmith should still be available once I'm done here. But let's talk to Key, the promoter.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight.
Okay.
What do you need?
Well then, ask some more about Black Whirlwind here, who is with us because he wanted to crash the conversation. And, yeah.
More than I'd care to. I strongly suspect that Lucky Cho's disappearance was no coincidence.
Nope.
I wondered when things would come to a head. I was hoping Black Whirlwind would just stay away, but he won't, will he? Not while you're here.
Nope. Yeah, Black Whirlwind says Raging Ox is actually dead. Do you believe that?
I wondered. It seemed too convenient that he'd one day just suddenly leave and never return, with only a letter to tell us he was going. I figured that if Raging Ox had been killed, only one person I could think of possessed the skills to do it. His brother. For his sake, I kept my peace.
Smart enough.
The last thing he needs is accusations of murder. He's already filled a dozen scrolls with records of public drunkenness, crimes against decency, and violence.
Yep.
Now, let's not speak of this again. If you must speak of it, talk to your friend directly.
Okay. Tell me about my next fight.
This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights.
They seem to.
These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem.
Alrighty.
Are you ready to get started?
Yes, let us begin.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Thank you.
We found him just like this.
Yeah.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Tiger Lifts the mountain.
He fights next, doesn't he?
Yep.
Replace the men slated for that match with our own. And ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the ebon orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
Well, not so lucky there, Cho. Not so lucky at all.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
continue to use martial arts of gun. And uno mas. Yeah. Mirabelle's a little overpowered.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not guild men, and they certainly lacked poison-coated blades.
What about the protective spells? Were they removed as well?
The wards are useless against poison. That's a danger we have never been able to solve.
That makes sense. Why we were...
Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters.
I figured.
Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guild men from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kailan's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message.
Well, that's good. How can I trust the guild? Weren't they behind this?
You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset.
Oh.
You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place.
This is true. Well, let's talk about Kailan and the guild.
Kailan is truly in charge of this place because of his association with the guild. If he gets things his way, he'll seize control of the whole guild before long.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing to concern yourself with. If anything comes up with the guild or the Serpent, I will negotiate and deliberate with them, not you.
Yeah, but I'll probably be attacked, but tell me about our next fight.
We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems.
Oh?
I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the Army could devise.
Probably.
Are you ready to show them what you've got?
Sure, let's begin.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Oh, we haven't fought golems yet. But I don't think weapons are effective. I could be wrong.
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
So let's see how this goes. Oh! Weapons are super effective. Well, that was simple. It was called gun.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire.
I suppose so. Well, what about the next fight?
I rushed out notification of this match, and we've had the outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many nobles will even be in attendance.
Oh?
It's rare that the Silver Division rests balance against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know.
I suppose so.
What really catches the crowd, though, is the story of Tiger Lifts the Mountain. They come to see the noble warrior who strides up the rankings like the heroes of legend.
Oh, thank you.
Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you.
Ah. Well, let's do this.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Oh, thank you. Many fighters never make it past Silver Division. Iron Soldier makes sure of that. Ah, a bit of a showy entrance. Fire!
The veteran Iron Soldier prepares to face Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
Yep.
Storm Dragon. Long sword. Long sword. Mirabelle.
Yeah, once you get Storm Dragon in the fray there, not much you can do.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud. From here, your battles will be even harder. A test, if you will, to see if you stand a chance against the Ravager.
Yeah, Gold Division
Impress the
apparently,
crowd, and you will have your chance against the Ravager himself. I can promise you that.
apparently Gold Division ramps up. Crowd loved that fight. I think we need to talk about some extra silver here.
Surely this was enough. I know the crowd loved that show, but there's no way I can offer you extra just because of that. All your fights are impressive.
Would Soldier have let fight go without being paid extra?
I know you
No.
feel like a rising star, but your rewards are fixed. You'll find that the Gold Division battles sate your purse's hunger.
Eh, it's because
Now
I
that
never
that's
put
settled, what else can I do for you?
conversation gems before a fight. Nothing else I need from you right now.
Things are interesting right now. Be as careful walking the streets as you are in the ring. I don't think Kailan is pleased with your progress.
Oh. So, how much money have we acquired? 26.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. You are a master of the arena, the ground where executioners are born.
Oh.
Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. There may be a role in the executioners for you after all.
Well, thank you.
Why have you chosen to come here when you have already earned the favor of the Inquisitor? Do you wish the blessing of someone less corrupted?
I guess if you'll have me.
No, you are stronger than that. We will train away this timid front and tap a potential that you haven't yet dreamed of.
Okay.
If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand and the Emperor. We guard the treasures of the Empire.
I see.
This will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized artifacts and think only of duty?
I would be honored. See my skill? What's your recommendation? Why mention such things to the uninitiated?
If these things do not tempt you, think no more of them. I only meant to illustrate the extent of our duties.
I see. Well, I would be honored.
Then we will waste no more time. You are adequate, and I will allow you to begin training. Proceed to our fortress.
All right.
It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. Present this token so that they will know you.
Thank you.
I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both the skills to become executioners and the personality to attract such a loyal band of followers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do not feign ignorance with me. A blind and deaf man would notice the arrival of a group as large as yours, and my order misses nothing.
I see.
I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. You inspire loyalty in most of those who follow you. That will serve you well.
Most, eh? Are you saying that someone isn't loyal to me? Probably Zoo.
Am I? Or do you doubt your own abilities to deal with them if proven treacherous? In time, you will see that your loyalty to our order is all that matters.
Right.
If you survive your training and remain in control of your senses, perhaps you will serve at my side one day.
Perhaps.
I never enjoy controlling my senses. They catch a lot of things I'd miss. Whatever. We'd better tell the others we made some progress.
Probably, yep. See, the Lotus Executioner seal. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go right into Gold Division right now. Okay. Let's, actually drop a new save here. And talk to Gambler Daoshin.
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where Sweet Poison Lynn runs her shop, aren't you?
Yes.
I have a favor to ask of you when you have a moment. My name's Gambler Daoshin, by the way. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I?
I suppose.
Good odds and fair play. That's how I keep them coming back.
What's the nature of the game?
A simple enough game called High-Low. You predict how you'll roll against my toss and double your coin if you're right.
Oh.
You'll catch on easily enough, I'm sure.
And what's the favor you want me to do?
I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a message to someone in there for me?
Sure. I am no one's messenger, boy. Do not waste my time. That sounds easy enough. I'll be happy to help.
There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lynn. She has connections with the guild, the real authorities in this place.
Yep.
I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very small bets. If I made any larger transactions, they'd be quite upset.
I see. I assume their approval has a price.
I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must be paid to Sweet Poison Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to Lynn and pay her directly.
I see.
If you could go in there and pay her on my behalf, I'd happily repay you.
All right. What would happen if you did go above their limit on your bets?
I would never do that. I'd be shut down or worse in a heartbeat. And there's too many people who'd happily report the infraction to Sweet Poison Lynn. The guild rewards those who can prove that people in my position aren't playing by their rules.
I see. Well, I'd be happy to help. I'll go talk with her.
My thanks. I'm sure Sweet Poison Lynn knows about my interest. I've been angling this deal for a while.
All right.
You should run back there now. The sooner you go, the sooner we can up the antes.
Well, let's try that.
What do you need from me?
I need to talk to you about Gambler Daoshin.
Daoshin? He has angled for a long time for our permission to run a larger game. He's honest to a fault, but he still pulls in a fair bit of cash.
Yep.
I was wondering if he'd be resourceful enough. One of my associates has already told him of the cost involved. Are you here to deliver his payment?
Oh, 500 silver. Yeah, I've got it.
His payment? Good. Give it to me, and I'll send someone to go discuss the new terms of his operation. Now, back to our business, yes.
Okay. Oh, she seems
I'll
to be
here
fine
when you
with
need
me
more of my goods.
buying from her after, you know, essentially not joining in on her cheating earlier.
Before you say a thing, I had a visit from one of Sweet Poison Lynn's contacts.
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic news! I can up the bets! Now you can wager 10 or 25 silver on each roll. This is perfect! And I have you to thank.
Wow.
Thank you again for paying the fee from your own silver. Here's your repayment and a little extra for your time.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm already maxed up on or open palm, so I think I'm gonna just accept it.
Now that we can play for larger bets, let's say we set up a game.
But that's enough for now. I should go.
Thanks again for all your help. Be seeing you around, I hope.
But that'll be for next time. Oh, a superior war gem. That's useful. But when we come back, more Jade Empire. Have a good one, folks.